Hello there. Page 2, 3.2. So let's continue on. We're going to be comparing the value of digits in different areas of place value. They're the same digit, different spots. How do they relate? So a common garden spider's got this web with silk that is 3/1000ths of a meter thick. So I'm going to put that on here 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, and 3/1000ths of a millimeter, even smaller. And then a commonly used sewing thread is about 3/10 of a meter thick. So I'm gonna put that in here, right? So now I can look at them and compare them. How do they compare? All right, 3/10 and 3/1000ths. 3/10 and 3/1000ths. They seem to be pretty close. They got the same number. They're close here. Count the number of decimal places, right, to each of these. So how far is it to get to a 3? So if I start here at the decimal, I go 1, 2, 3. So that's 3. Here I go 1. What's the difference between 3 and 1? 3 minus 1, because the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. 3 minus 1 is definitely 2. So I'm going to put that 2 right there. And remember, to go from here to here is times 10, right? It's base 10 numbering system. We've been saying this over and over. To go from here to here is times 10. So if I go times 10 times 10, well, what's 10 times 10? 100, right? Same thing this way, divide by 10, divide by 10. If I divide by 10 and then I do it again, I'm actually dividing by 100. So it makes base 10 numbering system so great. 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, whatever, right? 1 and a whole bunch of zeros. So 10 times 10 is 100. And so 3/10 is times as much as 300. Well, this one's bigger, so this is going to be 100 times as much as 3/1000ths. If I multiply 3/1000ths by 100, I'll move that decimal 1, 2 spots, just like we talked about, the number of zeros. And then 3/1000th is 1/100th. I would need to divide 3/10 by 100 to make it 3/1000ths. All right? It would go this way, 1, 2, right, to make it smaller, just like lesson number 1. So the thread is 100 times, and the silk is 1/100th that of the thread. Okay, get that down. I'm gonna scoochie. All right, so finally we got this little part here on the bottom, and it says you can use place value patterns to rename a decimal. Remember, it doesn't matter how many zeros I add onto the end of a decimal. It's not going to change the value, but it will change its name, right? It's not going to change the value, just the way it looks. It's like put on a coat and a hat, some sunglasses, trying to look cool, change its appeal, but it's really the same thing, right? So if I take a look at this, I've got here, just in blue, it's 3/10, right? So I have 3/10. I have 3 times 1/10, which is also 3 times 1/10, okay? It's the same thing. And the reason I keep writing this is we're going to multiply decimals pretty soon, okay? 30 now, I have 30 highlighted. This is 30 hundredths, which is 30 times 100, or 30 times 0.01. Notice I add a 0, I get the same value. Here is 300. 300 what? It's the last digit. 300,000ths. Okay, which is 300 times 1/1000th. That's it. These are all the same value. Okay, they are all the same value. This equals this equals, equals this equals, right? You get the picture. I can add zeros as many as I want. And then don't even get me started on trying to name that one. All right, that's the end of this one. We're going to go to page 3.